This is your WCIA 3 forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical.
Kind of interesting day today. We had some very slick conditions this morning as a lot of that moisture kind of froze over. Then we had some rain that actually mixed with some sleet, and now there's sunshine out on our Florida America Weather right at Gibson Area Hospital camera. Again, still from time to time today, we've got these little showers kind of moving through, kind of isolated and very sporadic across the area. And that will continue here over the next few hours. For the most part, it is just rain, but we have had some of those sleet reports mixing in from time to time. 46 in Springfield, 44 in Champaign right now. It's going to be another cold night for temperatures to fall down below the freezing mark. That's why a freeze warning is once again in effect. We'll talk more about those impacts and when it will finally warm up when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
Towns and cities across the state have had enough with gun violence. What they're asking the governor to do. Plus, it was quick thinking by a teenager how he saved his family during a house fire.
And if a priest is credibly accused of sexually assaulting a child, Catholic churches put their name on a list. One group says 5 more names need to be added.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
It is time to show and prove where our priorities lie.
Now, one group is calling on state leaders to focus on ending deadly cycles of gun violence. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Faith leaders, peace activists, and public officials are teaming up statewide to demand action, calling it a public health crisis.
Just this afternoon, police say a 37-year-old man was shot in Decatur. He was dropped off at the hospital where he died. Police are trying to figure out exactly where that shooting happened.
WCIA 3's Jen Lask is live in Champaign. So, Jen, what do these groups want the governor to do?
Jennifer, they want Governor Pritzker's administration to flood community violence prevention programs with more money, and they say they know exactly where it should come from.
We are asking that you allocate 2% towards violence prevention. Only 2% out of $7.5 billion. That's minuscule. That's minuscule.
The American Rescue Plan will give the state of Illinois $7.5 billion to be put toward helping businesses, schools, healthcare, and community support. Champaign Pastor Terrence Thomas wants to make sure community-led gun violence prevention makes the list as well.
It was said that you can tell where priorities lie by looking at how we budget and spend resources. I submit for too long, those of us and those who are engaged in the work of violence prevention have either been underfunded or misfunded.
He says now is the time to change this narrative. He wants $150 million from the rescue plan to go toward violence intervention outreach, hospital-based intervention programs, and therapeutic programs for those most hurt by gun violence. Champaign Mayor Deb Finan says she would welcome more money to help address gun violence as a public health crisis.
I think we're very intentional about how we spend our money and how we grow those programs to make sure that they have capacity, but there is more need than there are resources, for sure.
The recent wave of violence has highlighted the urgency, but Finan says Champaign can't solve the issue simply through arrests.
For the families that are impacted by gun violence, having, resiliency in place and making sure that the victims and the families have opportunities to have health care and mental health care is really important.
Finan says the City Council is partnering with Champaign's Public School District on a program called LIFT, which is Leading Individuals and Families to Transformation. They want to provide wraparound support services to kids and their families to help them succeed in all aspects of life. Live in Champaign, Jen Lask, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jen, thank you. And the Biden administration announced plans to tackle gun violence earlier this month. It's a $5 billion investment over the next 8 years to support community violence intervention programs. There'll be a webinar and toolkit to teach states how to use Medicaid to reimburse those programs.
The Effingham County Board is ramping up its fight to protect the rights of gun owners. The board passed an ordinance saying any state, federal, or international laws that infringe on the Second Amendment have no effect in the county. They say local officers would be able to arrest outside law enforcement who try to enforce those rules in Effingham County.
if it is challenged ever in court or anything like that, it's never been tested, and he doesn't. I don't think nobody knows how it's going to go. I mean, like any law, if you don't have a strong state's attorney or a strong sheriff behind it, they may not even try to enact it or protect it. And I think Brian's just saying that he isn't sure if it does go to court what would happen.
This ordinance follows a 2018 gun sanctuary resolution passed by the board. Campbell called that a, quote, firing shot to let state and federal lawmakers know they wanted to protect their gun rights.
Firefighters say solar panels may have started a fire at the Decatur Walmart. It happened today on North Prospect at Walmart North. Firefighters found smoke and fire by the solar panels on the roof and were able to quickly put it out. The building was evacuated. No one was hurt. The fire is still under investigation. What started as a normal afternoon for a teenager turned into a life or death situation.
He smelled smoke, realized there was a fire, and jumped into action. Happened near the corner of 13th Street and Madison Avenue in Charleston. WCIA 3's Jared Farmer's with us. So, Jared, that teenager managed to save his family before firefighters arrived.
And by the time firefighters did arrive, Paul, the fire started to spread upstairs and burn through the roof. Firefighters say it's this type of quick thinking that can save people from being hurt.
This was 4th of July, it'd be far better, but these are not the fireworks I like to see.
Dominic Hughes was playing video games. When he started to smell something burning in his house, he realized something wasn't right. That's when he went to look downstairs.
I looked over at the bathroom and I realized that's where the smell was coming from. And I saw this massive fire.
He says his first instinct was to grab their dog and get her outside, then to help the rest of the family. Hughes, his mom, and one brother made it outside, but his older brother was stuck upstairs. Tyler Cody was across the street watching it all unfold.
Kid said his brother was still in there and immediately jumped on the roof, and I figured I'd follow him because I wasn't going to let him get all the way in there.
Hughes punched a hole through the window to get back inside. Then he, Cody, and his brother got out through the front. Hughes has some cuts from breaking through the glass. He says while it was scary seeing his house catch on fire, he's relieved to know he was the only one with any injuries.
Financially, it's going to be really rough, but at the very end of the day, we have family, we have people which love us, and we're all able to make it. Because what really matters is we're all here, we're all still alive.
Firefighters say the damage to the house is significant. They also say to make sure your smoke detectors are working and to frequently practice your exit strategy in case of a fire. Paul, back to you.
Yeah, Jared, thanks. That's a remarkable story.
How incredibly brave of him to not think about himself, just think about his family and jump into action like that.
Hey, you got to get everybody out, and he did.
Yeah, he deserves a medal. All right, is what you're reading online real or made up? How your child could soon know the difference.
Also tonight, just because they're a part of history doesn't mean they deserve to be at the State House. The task one group has been assigned. Okay, so we talked about a freeze this morning. We got it.
Yep, got down below freezing in a lot of areas. We're going to do it again tonight, so we're not in the woods yet. And we've got more rain in the forecast. Fortunately, I don't have any more snow in that forecast. Kind of a cool shot there, again, from Gibson City. Almost looking like a painting of the different colors in the sky. When we come back, more about the next round of rain and the cold that's still out there and when we warm back up. Stay tuned.